Ah, look at that. My least favorite traitor is showing their face yet again. You've got some nerve showing up here, which is funny since you're too spineless to pick a side. But anyway, how have you been lately? Still switching up your ideologies without a second thought? Having a good time cleaning those knives you jammed in the backs of people who trusted you? Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that you have your own moral code that's more gray than black and white, or whatever bullshit you spew to help yourself sleep at night. No one's fully good or bad, and we both know it. Not even heroes, not even villains, not even your me. Save it for someone who wants to talk about philosophy. I assume, or at the very least I hope, you came for something else. Maybe something quick, since I have other things I'd rather be doing? Oh, I don't know. Something like balancing my checkbook or swallowing a handful of fire ants? Maybe accidentally blowing up my base while trying to set up defenses that would actually manage to keep you out? All of those sound slightly more fun than having any prolonged interaction with you, or any brief interaction with you for that matter. I know, charming, aren't I? Don't worry, you can say yes. I won't judge. Eh, suit yourself. I guess you just have terrible taste. Like that one hero you were dating about a year ago. Which one was it? Fireflight, right? Phoenixy powers. Sure, they were cool. It's just like orange and red in the same outfit? Not even as accent colors, but like the whole thing? And the accents were actually that copper color. And they didn't even take the absolutely golden opportunity to wear a plague doctor mask. They could have called themselves like Vulture or something. And yes, I know they're technically not medical themed or birth themed, but still, wasted potential. Actually, why did you break up with them? Oh, uh, I didn't think they were the type to do that. They seemed like they were the loyal type. I guess that just goes to show you that heroes are actually like when it comes to their personal morals. Ugh. Anyway, why are you here? Last I checked, I thought you were doing something overseas about the threads of fate. Like trying to break into the Oracle facility and tangle them or something? Just some questions? I was hoping at least would be something interesting that sent you to annoy me, but it's just some stupid questions. Ugh. Questions about me? What? Are you trying to get to know me better? Want to know my favorite color? My favorite season? My zodiac sign? What three books I take to with me to a deserted island? What? How do you even know? You know what? I don't care how you know all of that. And I most certainly do not want to know how you know that. But if you already know those kinds of things, then what are you wanting to know? And quit sitting on the counter. I just cleaned it. More personal? That makes it sound like you're wanting to psychoanalyze me. That's what you're here to do, then leave. I am not in the mood. That's not reassuring me whatsoever. You being curious has gotten me into more trouble than anything else. Instead, how about you don't ask me any questions and leave me the hell alone? Doesn't that sound much better for everyone involved? Yeah, when I said better for everyone, I actually meant better for me, which, as we all know, is what matters the most since this is my humble abode. Speaking of which, that means I have the power to kick you out. And since you're overstaying your welcome, I'm going to just do that. I was it was terrible to see you, and I'm afraid I am oh so very busy today. So goodbye and have an awful day. Didn't you hear me? The door's that way. I'm sure you remember since you all but kicked it in. Go walk out of it. Then I'll have to make you leave physically. Don't go assuming that you're gonna beat me. What do you mean if I have the heart for it? Of course I have the heart for. Hold on. You know, don't you? Fuck, you know. So, how long? How long? Since I saved. Oh, so you know about that. Of course. Of fucking course that's why you came here. So it's just now that you decided to come around wanting to talk about it. You know, I've been worried that you'd remember the whole situation. I'd worked myself into a panic about it for a month, terrified you'd notice. I was constantly aware of how I moved around you, how I talked around you, and how I looked at you. Hell, I counted the seconds of every inhale and exhale when I was around you because I was petrified you would notice. Do you know how hard hand to hand combat is when you're trying to control your breathing? You really gave a whole new meaning to taking my breath away. But weeks passed and you didn't say anything, so I figure you didn't notice. I actually started to think that I might be in the clear. I thought that you hadn't noticed and I could actually pretend to be indifferent to you. I thanked everything good in this hellish world that you didn't hear what the way I. Damn it, the way I begged. I actually begged them to let me save you. The circle, those shitheads that preach about how peace and unity comes before all else, those motherfuckers were going to let you die there. They smiled. They were grinning while your blood spilled into the dirt, smiling like you hadn't been helping them, like you hadn't been used every last bit in your world from crumbling. I guess they figured out two birds and with one stone, huh? Let you die, keep their faces the ones who saved the world, politicians with capes, that's what they are. I don't even know how I managed to find you in that wasteland. I was scared you had gotten trapped under a building, maybe caught in electrical wires and dragged underground. I imagined my surprise, and I ended up finding you in that little community garden, the same one where you buried all the things you tried to hide from the rest of the world. Your old ID, your legal documents, a few keys, your journal, some other things I couldn't bring myself to get rid of. You couldn't leave a trail back to who you were, so you hid them under that patch of lavender that no one wanted to get rid of. I wonder if the heroes knew exactly what they were as you were dying. I can't tell if it's more ironic or tragic. You were about to wilt in the same spot you had planted the seeds of your life. Well, yeah, really shitty poetry is also a pretty good way to put it, but you didn't see what you looked like, surrounded by all of them as they had any right to be there with you in your final moments. And you, the one person who had risked everything, one who put your hand on the end of the world and pushed it away, you were dying, not like a hero should have. You were covered in blood, dirt, ash, your lips were getting blue and your skin turning gray. Your injuries. Fuck. You were damn near irreparable, ripped like a paper doll. I actually, for a second, I thought you'd already. But then I got closer, and I could see that you were still breathing. Barely, but you were. The second I saw you there with that still some faint chance that you could make it, I knew I had to help you. The circle told me to keep away from you, and there were so many of them that I knew I couldn't beat them, but I wanted to try. But I looked at you again, and there was no chance that you would survive more than a few minutes. So I put my damn pride down and I begged them to let me save you. I pleaded with them, tried to bribe them just to let me to save you. They let me beg at their feet for a while while they told me I could try to save you. I don't think they even know I have powers or they would have never done that. But thank everything good in this world that they did. So I just picked you up and ran. I don't even remember where I ended up taking you. I just kept going until my legs gave out. When I fell to the ground, I realized your lips were starting to go blue. And when I put my hand on your face, you felt cold. My heart dropped into my stomach, and I knew I had to put an act right there. You know, I'd always thought that my power was useless. Life force transfer. What good is that for what I do? I don't want to trade years of people's lives, especially not when I have to kiss them to do so. I've only even tried using it a handful of times my entire life. I don't even really know how it works. But for you, I sure as hell was gonna try. I got as much energy as I had left in my body and I pressed my lips to yours. Because the more the intimate the touch, the easier it is to transfer the life force. But that took all my energy I had. I didn't even have time to look at you before I passed out. Then I woke up, you were gone, and I kept living, hoping that you hadn't remembered a single second. Yeah, I kissed you. I had to. It was the only way to save you. You were on death's door, seconds away from walking through, and I couldn't let you die. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't at least try. Whose life? I didn't steal anyone's life force. You know I would never do that. I'd never stoop that fucking low. You wanna know whose life I cut short to give you more? Mine. I gave you part of my lifespan to keep you alive. What the hell do you think you're doing? You can't just go. Why did I save your life at the expense of part of my own? Now that's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? That's the one you came here to ask, right? I'll just let you guess on that. Surely you know the answer by now. Why do you keep asking me? You have what you want to know. Just back up, would you? Why do you want me to tell you? You already know. I know you do, so quit getting closer to me. Ha! This is a dirty trick, you fucking bastard. Leaning in close like that, getting so close that I can't see anything but you. You know what those eyes do to me. I know you do. Hey, don't get any closer. I'm not. I won't fall for any of your games. Really, I mean it. Just because I want you doesn't mean I'll just give in. Just because your eyes could pin me at 50 paces, and just because every time we fight I get weak in the knees. Shit. Oh, come on. Don't. Don't grin like that. Of course I'm flustered. You can't just put your hand on my face, make me look into your eyes, and not expect my mind to go to how much I want to kiss you. It's inevitable, especially when you're this close. Yeah, of course I do. I think about kissing you so often it's hard to say if I ever truly stop. I kinda hate you for it. Or I would if I didn't love you so much. What? You're surprised? It's not like I'm going to deny it. I've already said so much that I might as well stop beating around the bush and spit it out. I love you. Yeah, I mean it. Every last letter. Why else would I have gone through all this to save you? Do you think there was anyone else in the world I would do that for? Would have given up so much for you, and I did it gladly. But you know what? I would do it again, and I would do it without even a moment to think about it because I'd never regret it. I'm not gonna take any of it back now that I've finally said it. But now you know why I saved you at my own expense. I'm gonna ask you to get out. As fond as I am of you, I'm not stupid enough to let you stay here while you know what kind of advantage you have over me. So turn around and. What did you. You just kissed me. Why did you kiss me? Hey, quit! Why are you doing this? Are you trying to mock me? Oblivious? How am I supposed to know your feelings if you never show them? Oh, I mean, yes, all of that was nice of you, and you saved me several times, but how is that supposed to prove that you have feelings for me? I guess that proves it. So you really do have feelings for me, huh? I can't begin to describe how that makes me feel. Well, of course I'm happy. It's just. This is too much to handle. We've been at odds for how many years now? This change in a relationship is practically giving me whiplash. It's a lot to think about. That sounds like a great idea. Let's just leave the thinking for later. My head hurts enough already. How about this? My bedroom is upstairs, so why don't we go up there and rest together? But this time, I won't be as if we both lay exhausted dying on the ground outside. This time I want to hold you, feel how warm you are, steal a few more kisses if you'll let me. That's just what I wanted to hear. Would you mind if I snagged another one right now? You know, I think I like kissing you much more than I like fighting you. I know we still have a lot to talk about, and it's not going to be easiest for us. But just remember, I will never regret saving you. Just be patient with me, okay? I promise I'll do the same for you. But we've already talked about the heavy stuff tonight. Let's go to sleep for a bit. For right now, I'm just going to enjoy having you here right with